Welcome to this tutorial series where we'll create a top-down game in GDevelop. In this first video, we'll set up the basics, including character movement and gun spawning. In the upcoming videos, we'll cover bullet shooting, enemy spawning, and even joystick controls. Let's get started. First, open GDevelop and click on Create New Game. Choose Empty Project, set the resolution to landscape, name the game Top-Down Game Tutorial. Click Create to begin. Now we are in our scene. Let's start by adding objects. I've prepared some assets, so I'll begin by dragging in the tile background to serve as the base for our game. Next, I'll add the player character, which I'm calling the gunslinger. I'll resize it slightly to fit the scene better. Now it's time to add movement to our character. Double-click on the player object to open its properties. Go to the Behaviors tab and click on Add Behavior. From the list, select Top-Down Movement. You'll notice there are other parameters like speed and acceleration. For now, I'll keep them at their default values. Uncheck Rotate Object because our gunslinger will only flip left or right instead of rotating. Click Apply to save the behavior. Let's preview the game to see how it's working so far. You'll notice the player can move around the scene, but it's not flipping left or right based on the direction of movement. Also, the camera isn't following the player yet. Let's fix these issues. Double-click on the player object again, go back to the Behaviors tab, and add another behavior called Smooth Camera. If prompted, install the required extension for this behavior. Once it's added, click Apply. Preview the game again, and now you'll see that the camera smoothly follows the player as they move. Next, we need to make the player flip direction based on the position of the mouse. Go to the Events tab and add a new event. Events are where you define the logic and actions of the game, making things interact and respond. Add a condition to compare the player's X position to the mouse's X position. Set the condition to check if the player's X position is greater than the mouse's X position. This means the player is to the right of the mouse, so they should flip to face left. For the action, choose Flip Object Horizontally. Select the player and set the flip to Yes. This flips the player to face left when they are to the right of the mouse. Now copy the condition and action to handle the opposite scenario. Modify the condition to check if the player's X position is less than the mouse's X position. Update the action to set Flip Object Horizontally to No, ensuring the player faces right when they are to the left of the mouse. Preview the game again, and now the player flips direction correctly based on the mouse position. This flipping logic makes the character's movement intuitive and responsive in a top-down game. Now, let's add a gun to the player. Go back to the scene and drag the gun object into place. Adjust its size and position to align with the player. If needed, resize the player slightly so the proportions look correct. To attach the gun to the player, we need to define a spawn point. Double-click on the player object to open its properties. Go to Edit Points and click Add a Point. Name the point Hands, and move it to the position where the player will hold the gun, such as near the player's hand. Click Apply to save. Next, double-click on the gun object and go to Edit Points. You'll notice a red point, which is the gun's anchor point. Move this point to the position where the gun will align with the player's hands. Adjust it carefully to ensure it looks natural. Click Apply to save the changes. Now, go to the Events tab and add a new event. Add an action to change the gun's position so it matches the player's hand position. Select Change Position as the action and choose the gun object. For the X position, set it to gunslinger.pointX hands. For the Y position, set it to gunslinger.pointY hands. These values ensure that the gun spawns exactly at the player's defined hand position. Preview the game, and you'll see the gun spawning in the player's hand. However, it won't rotate with the mouse yet. To fix this, go back to the Events tab and add another action. This time, choose Rotate Towards Position as the action. Select the gun object, and for the X and Y positions, set them to Cursor X and Cursor Y, which are the mouse's coordinates. Set the angular speed to 0 so the gun rotates instantly towards the mouse position. Click Apply to save the changes. Preview the game again. Now, the gun rotates smoothly to face the mouse's position. However, the gun isn't flipping along with the player. To fix this, go back to the flipping logic in the Events tab. In the condition where the mouse is to the left of the player, add an action to flip the gun vertically. Select Flip Object Vertically as the action. Choose the gun object and set it to Yes. For the condition where the mouse is to the right of the player, add another action to flip the gun vertically. This time, set it to No to ensure the gun faces the correct direction. Preview the game one final time. Now, the player and gun both flip and rotate correctly based on the mouse position. The gun is perfectly aligned with the player's hand and follows the mouse movements naturally. That's it for this video. In the next one, we'll add shooting mechanics so the player can fire bullets from the gun. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more GDevelop tutorials.